Made in containers. Welcome to Google Cloud Next 2018. This is.
I'd like to welcome back on stage Diane Green.
Thank you. All right. You know, Feifei and her team are actually digitally transforming dolphin research. Earlier, I have a Georgetown University professor friend, Janet Mann, who has 35 years of dolphin fin photos. The unique ID for a dolphin is their fin. And they've been tracking these dolphins painstakingly over the last 35 years, she and her graduate students, up and down the Atlantic coast and also in Shark Bay, Australia, where I've actually been out in the boat spotting them. And a few months ago, we applied AutoML to these images, and they can now do in a few minutes what used to take them months, tens of thousands of hours. In fact, they can do things they never thought they could do before. They're crowdsourcing dolphin fin photos now to track them. It's just incredible what AI, the opportunity we have in AI to better understand our world. And of course, cloud is an equally big opportunity. And in closing out this morning's keynote, I just want to leave you with a few takeaways. I think everybody is going to move to the cloud. And whether you're re-engineering your company, rethinking how you work, or simply taking advantage of our cloud infrastructure or using our AI, just know that we're here to partner with you to help you disrupt in a non-disruptive way. The theme of this conference is Made Here Together. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, our customers. Thank you, our partners. And thank you, Googlers, for all that we make together. And have a great week here at Google Next. Bye-bye.
Please welcome to the stage Nick Johnston and Hunter Williams.
All right. How's everyone doing this morning? Pretty good? All right. First session of the day after the keynote. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for spending the time with us. Really excited to share the work that we're doing between Salesforce. Sync that data back could be pretty powerful. And then as I think about Gmail, right, if you're using records about your students or about people that you're working with in your district, and you're exchanging notes with them over email, you could have some pretty powerful ways to really quickly make changes in Salesforce that the broader administrative staff or others could benefit from that you might not otherwise be able to do if you were swivel chairing between experiences. So I think even though a lot of what we talked about was in the context of selling, it really has a number of applications across different use cases, so long as you're trying to make a more seamless experience between G Suite and Salesforce. So if some of those are relevant, that's just kind of initially what came to mind, but I'd be more than glad to have some conversations and we could brainstorm a bit if that's helpful.
Yeah, on the G Suite side, or on the Gmail side, one of the things that I considered was that sidebar that we showed is highly customizable. So right now it is called out, leads, opportunities, and so on that are very sales-centric.
Yeah.
But there may be a totally different set of tools that you use, and they're all Lightning components, so you can go in and customize that sidebar however you see fit.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Hunter, because that's a super important part about how we're thinking about building the Gmail experience today, as well as that add-on framework, is being able to create a wrapper such that we have those Lightning components in the sidebar, and the admins in Salesforce can control what that experience looks like within the Gmail UI. So that'll continue to be a huge part of how we're building and developing on this going forward. Any other questions, comments, feedback? Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for spending the time with us today and listening. We'll hang around, and if there's anyone that wants to come up and ask some questions individually, please do so. And then again, please come visit us at Moscone West, booth number 1616, and we hope you have a fantastic Next. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Diane Green.
Hey, everybody. Thank you. So you are in for a treat with these two fireside chats. Google is doing a lot in health. Google-wide, we really want to help everybody's health in the world. And so we've got two firesides. The first one is led by
a lot of sort of manual entry of data that ultimately goes into the EMR, and that's like additional work where they're not actually caring for patients. It's just kind of a documentation thing. That is the richness of data that is there, so it's great to have that data there. But we think you could use speech recognition, which now works much better, automatic summarization techniques that would allow you to go from a conversation between a doctor and a patient to a draft of the kind of information you'd actually want to enter into the medical note that would relieve doctors of a lot of the sort of documentation burden that they have today. And you'd also then probably get richer and more interesting information into the medical record.
So unfortunately, we have to stop. We can go on for hours. For me, it's a privilege to be with you, but it's an even bigger privilege to be with the two perhaps biggest heroes of my life. If you look at what Jeff did in the last 15 years and imagine what he'll do for all of us in computing, it's extraordinary. Eric Lander's contribution to our world is difficult to describe. It's so broad. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the conference, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The stage, Regine Skillern.
Well, thank you for coming here. I know those lines are difficult. You have to go through a metal detector each and every time, so thank you for doing that. Hopefully you've all had your bags checked and you know there's nothing dangerous in them, so you can feel safe and confident for the next hour. Thanks for having me today. It is a privilege to be on stage supporting Google. They're one of our largest customers in the world. And at Intel, we're proud to be a technology innovator, and so when we get to work with partners like Google, we love to innovate, and together we're trying to build a cloud for everyone. Today I'm going to share some Some really fun games that are based on AI with little robots. We have great giveaways too. You're going to meet our booth of dedicated experts that are there to talk about all of these things that we've done. And we can also point to, just this morning there was an HPC performance optimization on GCP class that just had theirs, and you can watch the replay. And if you're interested in more about the edge to cloud stuff that we're doing on IoT, there's going to be a panel on that on Thursday. So please do stop by booth 1211, play some games, win some great prizes, and while you're there, learn a little bit more about the alliance that we've done and all the results that we've shared to date. So with that, I thank you for coming, and I'm supposed to ask you to please fill out your survey. If you'd like to fill it out kindly, I would appreciate that. If you don't, I won't take offense either. So have a great afternoon and enjoy the rest of Google Next. Thank you.
Please welcome Tarek Shaukat.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for joining us here at Google Cloud Next 2018. Thrilled to have you here, and really thrilled to be announcing and introducing our Customer Innovation Series. As Diane mentioned this morning, we believe that cloud is really a phenomenal and transformational set of new technologies and new capabilities that are, and that means that they are really embedding the capabilities that you have in the cloud, the capabilities you have with AI into the heart of their business, not as an adjunct, not as something separate on the side as an experiment, but really in the heart of this transformation journey that they are undertaking at the moment. And we are really thrilled by the partnership model that we've been able to create with all of these companies. It really is core to our DNA and core to what we are trying to do within cloud, to really view these transformation journeys as partnership journeys with Google and with our partners, the ecosystem, but with these companies that are looking to transform themselves as well. And we're incredibly honored and gratified to have this group of companies come on up here on stage and really describe their journey to all of you. Throughout Next, you will hear hundreds of customer stories like these, customer stories about how they have gotten started in the cloud, how they are collaborating better, how they're becoming more agile, how they're creating better developer experiences, how they're tapping into big data and analytics and machine learning. And I really encourage you to spend the time to go and listen to all of those stories and really hopefully take some inspiration and lessons learned from them. So if you can please just join me in, again, giving a big round of applause for the speakers that we just had, and thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of Google Cloud Next.
Please welcome Chen Goldberg and Aparna Sinha.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Chen Goldberg.
And I'm Aparna Sinha.
And thank you for joining us today. It was super exciting for us to see Urs presenting the Cloud Services Platform today in his keynote. We started working on this vision a bit of a experience following the same principles. Google Cloud is the only public cloud provider bringing consistency, flexibility, control, and speed of the cloud to your local data centers, along with the freedom of workload portability to the environment of your choice. We are very happy to bring the cloud, Google's cloud, to you.
Woohoo! High five. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you so much, Jeff, for talking about your use case and your environment. We hope that we've managed to pique your interest in Cloud Services Platform. There's a lot more. We didn't have time to cover everything. These are some deep dives tomorrow and on Thursday that we would highly recommend you visit for a deep dive on Istio, on GKE on-prem, and of course, hybrid use cases.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Years of experience following the same principles. Google Cloud is the only public cloud provider bringing consistency, flexibility, control, and speed of the cloud to your local data centers, along with the freedom of workload portability to the environment of your choice. We are very happy to bring the cloud, Google's cloud, to you.
Woohoo! High five. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you so much, Jeff, for talking about your use case and your environment. We hope that we've managed to pique your interest in Cloud Services Platform. There's a lot more. We didn't have time to cover everything. These are some deep dives tomorrow and on Thursday that we would highly recommend you visit for a deep dive on Istio, on GKE on-prem, and of course, hybrid use cases.
Thank you.
Thank you.